I walked out of my sister's wedding reception because she made the entire menu vegan. But was it really that wrong? Am I the jerk if I ditch my sister's wedding reception with some other family members to grab a bite to eat since she's making all the food vegan? I, 31F, am due to go to my sister's, 26F, wedding in a week. My sister and I have never really seen eye to eye, and I personally think that she asked me to be a bridesmaid out of courtesy, necessity due to her lack of female friends. I am neurodivergent and have had issues with food, ARFID, since I was a young child. Everyone knows this. There's a short list of things that I will eat, whether that be due to flavor, texture, etc. Now my sister embraces the vegan, plant-based lifestyle. Nothing against this. You do you, whatever makes you happy. What I don't agree with is forcing your lifestyle and beliefs onto other people. Let people make decisions about what they eat for themselves. It's not up to you or anyone else to judge. There are many reasons why people choose to eat what they eat. Allergies, intolerances, religion, beliefs, neurodivergence, medical reasons, medication, or just plain preference. Now I've recently found out that my sister has opted for an entirely plant-based menu for her wedding. The menu has been released, and I'm having anxiety about attending because there isn't even so much as a side dish that I will eat. Not only that, but many of the ingredients in the dishes are ones that one of our elderly relatives is allergic to. There's no alternative offered. So I've hopped onto old reliable Google and had a look at what's available in the local area. There's not much. It's pretty remote, but there's a restaurant less than a 10-minute drive away from the wedding venue. Would I be the jerk if my immediate family and I disappeared for an hour or so during the reception to eat food that we can actually eat? Top/relevant comments. Commenter, not the jerk. Be an adult. Contact your sister and say the menu looks great, but due to your condition, there's nothing on it that you can eat. Emphasize that you're keen to support her on her most important day. Ask what she would prefer. 1. You bring some food you can eat with you, or 2. You nip out to the place 10 minutes away, eat, then circle back. That puts her on notice and gives her some input. If she doesn't go with either option and suggests something inappropriate, just give a neutral okay and do what's best for you on the day. For the record, text her a day later saying you know she's busy and thank her for listening to your concerns about there not being anything on the menu at her reception that you can eat without getting sick. Response: I did exactly that. Thanks for the suggestion. She had a fit at our parents and is ignoring me. I mentioned the allergies in the group and claimed she didn't know. It was on the RCV that she neglected to read. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I just feel that if you're inviting people to an event, everyone should be catered for to some degree. And to spend so much money on food for it to go to waste when it could have been spent on things that people would have actually enjoyed or gone towards something else. Commenter 2. There's a theme with siblings where one has a dietary restriction, and the other grows up resentful of the special attention and chooses to believe that it's an act. Be wary of the food you eat at your parents' place from now until the wedding. Commenter 3. You're the jerk. She will never forgive you for that, especially if you don't warn her. I have food allergies and type 1 diabetes, so finding food I can eat is very difficult. However, I do not expect people to cater to my needs during their functions. So if you're not going to be able to eat the food they have there, then bring your own food that you will enjoy eating. Same for your elderly relative. The wedding reception is not about you. You don't leave someone's wedding to drive down the road and have your own little party because you are offended by the food. You show up to the wedding, you show your support, and you be a good person. Have you thought about how incredibly terrible she will feel when she realizes a major chunk of her family is gone during the wedding? No. It's not okay to leave and go eat at a restaurant somewhere else. Support your sister. It's one night, it's one meal. Bring a frigging granola bar if you have to. But this seems very selfish of you to ruin your sister's wedding because you don't want to eat the food. Find a workaround that doesn't kill anyone else's joy. Edit to add, forgot to say that if you guys do decide to do this, you better tell her about it, or talk to her like normal human beings and share all the concerns you have about the menu, and then perhaps she can work on a solution. Or at least understand that you're going to leave and why. Also, the only ones that should leave are the 2 people who can't eat the food. Everyone else is just beaching because they don't want to eat plant-based food, and they probably don't even know what it tastes like. It's actually good. So here's my take. Classy people with ethics and morals will go support a family member on the biggest day of their life. There may be inconveniences for those attending, but ultimately, the day is about celebrating the bride, and it is really super tacky to drive down the road and eat at a restaurant during the reception. Yeah, you guys would be jerks. It's one effing meal. Editor's note, I don't want to repeat the same type of comments over and over, but a lot of people told off she was the jerk, echoing sentiments similar to those of commenter 3. Update 11 days later. Thanks, people of Reddit, for all your comments and suggestions. All were insightful, even the negative ones. So we did end up leaving the wedding, but not because of the food. Let me preface this by saying the entire day was a disorganized mess. I was excluded from the moment I arrived. I ended up getting ready by myself even though everyone else was in the bridal suite. I brought a sandwich for myself, which I couldn't eat until very late in the day, and sat at the wedding breakfast looking awkward as I didn't eat any of the vegan food. There was talk of a pizza order being made in the evening because they weren't providing any food for later. This never happened, so everyone had to go hungry. It was unbearably hot in the dining room, so I asked the groom how long until the speeches so I could go outside and cool down. I was told I had plenty of time, like 15 to 20 minutes. Within 5 minutes of me being outside, there was cheering and clapping, meaning that they started the speeches knowing I was outside and would miss them. They'd also allocated us the room closest to the dance floor, meaning that my toddler couldn't sleep because of the noise and music. We ended up leaving at 9:30 p.m. and going home. Gotta love a 2-hour drive at that time of night. Starving too. And because it was a child-free wedding, aside from my child, everyone was fawning over her and giving her bundles of attention. Attention that my sister obviously didn't like because she was overheard with her new husband saying, "All anyone cares about is that bloody baby," to which she laughed and just told him to shush because they were talking under our open bedroom window. I'm furious and beyond disgusted. This is the final straw, and I will be going no contact with them both from here on out. I honestly do not care what people say about me, but the moment anyone comes after my child, who's done nothing but exist, then you're in trouble. I hope she's happy with her new family because mine will no longer be any of her concern. Top/relevant comments. Commenter: they sound like tools, but it also sounds like you expected outsized personal consideration for a few things. You could have asked the hotel to move your room, ordered your own evening food, or stopped at a market if you were hungry, and brought sufficient alternatives knowing the meals provided, like the breakfast. Did they not tell you where the bridal suite was? Ops response: we did ask if we could be moved, but all rooms had either been allocated or the travel cot would not fit in the room. I was not told where anything was. We were just led to the room we were allocated. We ended up getting drive-through McDonald's on the way home. Commenter 2. Now, to be honest, you honestly shouldn't have gone to the wedding if you knew it was child-free. I totally understand not having anyone to watch the baby and whatnot, but you were already contemplating not going. That would have been enough reason to just not go. And I'm not saying that your sister talking badly about your baby is okay because it was definitely uncalled for. But this really could have been avoided, all of it. Y'all wouldn't have had to starve all day, nor would she have been given a reason to purposely talk badly about you and your baby. She knew exactly what she was doing. She wanted you to hear what she was saying. Just use better judgment next time. Ops response: she was a flower girl. Commenter 2. Oh, that's foul. She basically used your baby and then purposely talked crap. I would have caused a scene and then gone no contact. Ops response: had I known what was said at the time, I probably would have caused a scene, to be honest. I'm going no contact and returning the bridesmaid/flower girl gift to her. Commenter 3. Did they hire a planner? This just sounds like a pile-up of oversights, or maybe this is how they try to cut costs. Either way, you gotta witness a dumpster fire from start to whatever it was before it ended. Response: I think it was all self-planned, but the spending habits made no sense to me personally. Spent $2.5K on a dress, $8K on food for the wedding buffet, but refused to get any sort of help with planning, evening food, or even a hairstylist for the getting ready part. There were plenty of cost-saving measures that could have been implemented. Commenter 4. I don't understand why you think they should have waited for you to give the speeches. They can't remember everyone's plans and locations all the time. Ops downvoted response: it's more the fact that I wanted to be there. I wanted to make sure we could all be there to listen, and I was misinformed and left out. Commenter 5. Do you think that might have something to do with you constantly finding fault with everything and anything? Grow the F up. It's not your day. Ops downvoted response: so being purposefully left out and starved, plus hating on a baby, is okay in your book. Gotcha.